I've tried to find a way to create peace in this scenario or in this situation. I started cheating.
Oh,
So
that's
how,
cute.
yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds like a smart idea.
yeah, so smart, so smart. And I was living in this shame and this darkness because there was an aspect of myself where I would cry myself like by myself in the house. Like, you think you have this perfect life, like I've got the house, I've got the husband, we're probably gonna have kids in a couple of years, whatever. But I was so deeply depressed. I was crying all the time. I didn't want to be there. I like everything felt wrong. It felt like I was living somebody else's life, and I would fantasize and dream about this other life or this other version of myself. And I was like, how do I get there? How do I get there? I don't know how. And then, of course, life and God does everything that it does. God was trying to call me to correct my ways a long time before that, but I was refusing. I was so scared to disappoint other people that I was willing to live in so much darkness and completely out of integrity and completely misaligned with who I knew I was meant to be, who God created me to be. And I ended up falling in love with somebody, which I did not expect, and he lived in the same city as I did. And my ex, this is when I was like, okay, I've got to. I feel like I have someone who understands me, who gets me, who I can have a future with. Mind you, who's married as well. Yes, exactly. It was
Now,
all.
Shilpa, you know
I
what?
know.
This is a safe space, no judgment. I'm leaning into this story, girl.
I,
Continue, because I'm in it. I'm like,
yes, it was
yes.
all kinds of screwed up. All
Mm,
kinds of screwed up. Okay,
mhm, mhm.
and I in my mind at that age and of my understanding of what everything was happening, I thought I had potentially a future with this guy.
Got it.
But it was what I needed in order for me to completely hit rock bottom and finally change my life. So God will try to call us in the most initially it'd be like soft, like a
Soft,
tap on the
yeah.
shoulder.
Like,
Hey, just
girl.
fix this, correct this.
Mhm,
Okay. Then
mhm.
it's like, okay, maybe a slap in the face, like that. Come on, girl. Come on. You can do better than this. And then it's like, yo, I'm about to break down and crumble your whole life.
Like,
Yes.
just
Wipe it all out. Big wipeout. Exactly.
yes,
And that's
yes.
exactly what happened. I ended up taking action in the direction of wanting to break away from the marriage. So I was like,
Mhm,
hey, I'm going to move out. There's something wrong here. I didn't tell him about I didn't tell him that I was cheating,
mhm,
but I
mhm.
wanted to leave the marriage. And then I tried to move out for a little while, but then we'd always like come back together. I was
Okay.
very scared. I was
Mhm.
still
Yeah.
very scared of leaving. And
Mhm.
then
What were you
hit
scared of, you would say, not to interrupt, like,
yeah,
what were you afraid of?
I didn't know what the heck was on the other side of divorce. I didn't know who I'd be. Would I have my family? Would they support me? Would they
Yeah.
love me? Would they leave? Who am I without this man? We had been together. By the time I divorced him, we'd been together for 10 years. Like my
Wow.
entire
Mhm,
20s. Like I grew up with him. Who
mhm,
am I without him? Will
mhm.
anyone love me after that?
Mm.
Am I worthy of love? Especially after everything I had done up until that point, right? Am I
Oh,
even worthy?
so
Will anyone,
good.
yeah, and will anyone love the real me? Not, not the parts that I showed out front that my
Yeah.
ex loved or my family appreciated, but the real me, the darkness, the shadow. Would
Mhm.
someone love that?